Welcome back to the 100 Millionaires podcast. My name is Walter.
We are
Merlo.
badass motherfuckers.
It's Jaworski and Michael Shine. Mike, bring us in.
We are badass motherfuckers.
That's the truth. Mitch, how do we do it?
We organize and we collect.
Yeah, baby.
That's right.
Walter, do you
massive
swear?
income from passive income, right, Mike?
Yeah, do you swear?
Yeah, the point is not to work. It's to generate income. So let's go get it.
Generate FU type of income.
Yeah.
I love it. It was at the Boston RIA, Tampa Bay RIA, and I was sharing how the National RIA and the Boston RIA and the LA RIA and the Vegas RIA and the Rhode Island RIA all asked me not to swear, and I've always, dropped an F-bomb on stage at some point. So whoops, there we go again. Now I'm speaking at the National RIA in a week, or 2 weeks. So I got to play nice until we get there. Mitch, we've been talking about belief. We've been talking about like, why is it that, Mitch Jaworski is struggling with, making his $1 million a year or whatever, financial freedom, right? That
10 grand a month, passive
10 grand a month, right? This is what everybody comes to me saying, I just want to earn 10 grand a month. It's like, dude, you earn 2 grand a month. Why are you asking for 10 grand a month passive income when you're actively working for 2 grand a month?
Okay, luckily I'm not
this
actively
is the goal
working
everybody
for
has.
2 grand.
Everybody sets this goal.
Okay.
Those poor guys. I'm passively doing 2 or 3.
Well, I know. And nice. that's the interesting thing about where your life is. Like, you're doing really well. You've got a really good setup. You've got a stream of income. Last night we were on a podcast.
Hanging out with you guys, that makes me feel like I got to level up.
Yeah.
Get around friends who are leveling up. It makes you want to level up. It's the sickness and the solution. It's
right. Most people would love to have my life.
Like, dude, you have.
That's perfect. That's so great that you're starting with gratitude, because to get to the next place, you have to be grateful about where you are. And you just said it. So you're
ironically
happy where you are, and boom. That means
actually why there's
coming.
less motivation. I love my life. So why am I going to bust my ass to get more?
I heard this weekend while I was in Utah. It was that people, ironically, I was on TikTok. It's that people get comfortable with where they are. They get comfortable with delaying gratification so much so that they don't feel excited about going and doing it anymore. So like at first, it made sense as an entrepreneur to be pushing really hard and delaying gratification. So I'll wait till later. And then later took longer and longer and longer. And you were willing to push even harder to get something even bigger. And then eventually there was no motivation to push hard enough to get there, because it's like, dude, like, I haven't pushed so hard, I get nothing. Like, why would I push hard anymore?
Right.
So you've got to still set up those little wins. This is why T. Harv Eker and Jensen Shera talk about spending money. You've got to go and put 10% aside to just flow and have fun so that you want to go earn more again. And for Dorina, it's horses. For me, I like to buy drinks for my friends, or I like to buy food for my friends. Like Mike's the same way. He's like, Mike always pays, right?
Sushi.
Yeah.
There's like things that I like investing back into my company so much. Like I'm so addicted to investing back in the company, but I get extreme pleasure from it. Like, I actually enjoy seeing the company grow, seeing I'm hiring more people. I got more people involved. Like just seeing what we're capable of excites me.
For me, I've really recently gotten into the whole more passive income per month. We're moving away, and I just want to have that money just flowing in passively. And then the other thing that gets me really amped up is to be able to buy more Tesla, without margin though. I want to own 10,000 shares of Tesla, but without margining to the hill,
Just cash. Just put
that
more
gets
money
me
on
excited. That sounds kind of stupid. That, people have these like big whys, but that's my why. That's it.
Mike, people collect kids. You're one of them, right? So people collect kids. They collect, cards. They collect like
Lambos.
A lot of people collect bad memories. Like how many people do we know who are like, oh, let me tell you how bad this was. You can collect anything. It's in our like makeup to collect things. If you want to collect stocks, cool, right? So what? Your stock's worth.
I like collecting crypto.
10 times more than the average stock.
You like to collect crypto? I love that.
I like to
collecting crypto. Yeah, I collect millionaires. Right, this 100 millionaires. Trying to build 100 millionaires.
Creating more wealth is just so I can spoil the people I care about, which in the end isn't technically my duty.
I love that. You're the only person I know who has that.
But does it inspire you, Mitch? Like, does it make you feel like, yes, I want to spoil them, or maybe you need to level up the people you want to spoil? Because like I'm thinking right now, the level of motivation you have, your friends are not rich enough. Their ambition's not high enough, right? Because you're not pushing. You're just, anytime you show up, you buy lunch, you've spoiled them. They're happy. You know, like you got to get to a group that's like, man, like I want you to spoil me. Like Mitch, I want you to spoil me, bro. But you do, and you do. You take care of me.
See, here's the thing. I already have those
you
friends.
showing up on my stages is actually spoiling me.
That's where the level up comes. It's like, crap, these friends I'm hanging out with, like spoil, like the things they do and spoiling them. That's like a whole nother level, like financially. I'm like, crap, I got to step up. I don't know if that's more fear-based.
No, like I feel it, man. Like I feel it. You know, every so often I'm like, man, like, you know, are they gonna want to hang out with me if I'm not crushing it? But at the same time, I'm like, yes, I know they won't. Like I absolutely know my friends will not want to hang with me if I don't keep going. So I gotta keep going. Like I care enough about them. I'm having enough fun with the game. And if ever one day I'm not having fun with the game, I'm gonna change the friends I'm hanging out with. Like that's just the nature of life. You know, get rid of your broke friends if you want to get rich. Math. Get rid of your fat friends if you want to get healthy. Math. Get rid of all your divorced friends if you want to have a great relationship. You know, like that's just how it works.
Yeah, because it actually affects you personally, because through all the stuff we study, it always says you are a reflection of the 5 people you hang out with most. So it's nothing personal, but if you're sitting there, you're saying, shit, I got to level up. There's got to be all millionaires, or it's not even the money, but all people who seriously, Mitch, if you were happy with the $2,000 a month, if you were happy with the $2,000 a month,
you can live in Jamaica. You know, that $2,000 a month goes a long way.
Jamaica,
you can live in Roatan.
Or like your landscaper guy, that dude, where's he in, like Thailand 6 months of the year?
Yeah.
You're
badass.
He owns like a lot of, I can't remember the name of the company, but yeah, multi-millionaire, right? Lives in Thailand half the year, comes back, works hard in the summer. Doesn't work hard. His team works
Tim
hard.
Ferriss, your hero there, Mitch Jaworski. He was saying that if he ever lost money, he would just go to, I think it was like Thailand or something, because you could live like a king.
We were on that call last night. Mitch, what was the advice that the crazy Italian guy gave you? The New Yorker,
Steve Rizzo.
Steve Rizzo.
The fellow Long Islander. That guy literally grew up like a mile away from where I grew up.
Yeah, ex-comedian turned empowerment coach, right? Like, what did Steve Rizzo say to you last night? He's like, dude, you got to freaking believe in yourself. And he's like, you got to believe in yourself, and you got to believe in yourself, and you got to believe in this. 3 things you need. You got to believe in yourself, believe in yourself, and believe in yourself. You get those 3 things.
So awesome.
You can get whatever you want. Like, believe in yourself enough to surround yourself with the people you want to surround yourself with. You know, I told Darina when we first started dating.
I feel like
I've done these things.
Yeah.
But you haven't wanted enough. Like, that's the point, is you're looking at what you have and saying it's not enough. And then you're looking at what you want and you're saying that would be cool, but it's not easy enough, because you're like, I don't want to do any work. Right?
Nailed it. That's why I'm non-committal. Life is good. More would be great. Don't want to put in the work.
I feel like with me, it's like the biggest thing that I got from hanging out with Gwalter. Like this is going to sound egotistical, but I didn't realize my greatness and my ability. And then you hang out with Gwalter, even in the dark days of Fall River that I always go back to, but it was always positive. It was always, you can do it. It's like, holy shit, you're a value to this community. Even when there was like 10 of us, it was like Melanie and
wow, that's like the real early beginning.
Real early.
I thought I was early. I was like,
yeah,
I was late to the game.
Yeah, and it just made me go from like an attorney that was making like $72,000 a year to like, let's go get it. And now my issues are different than your issues, but now I don't even think about them anymore. I mean, the only time I bring up my issues is when we're talking about this kind of stuff. I don't,
like, hey, I've had problems too, Mitch. Like I remember those things.
Yeah,
we've all
in the past.
Yeah,
way back there.
Well, now I'm just a money magnet and passive income, and it just keeps coming to me. So
listen, life is good. I got New York Yankee problems. It's like, oh, which all-star pitcher do I pitch? Oh, what was me?
Yeah, that's awesome. Gwalter has no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly. He's
lost it with the sports.
He's like, is that the ball with the post and the thing?
I just remember the year the New York Yankees got beat by the Red Sox, and
my
the whole game changed.
Yes.
The one time.
2004.
The curse was broken.
I sat
still riding off that win.
I sat there with my Emma, who was born in July that year, and she had these little teeny Red Sox, and I had my big Red Sox, and she would refuse to sleep if you were sitting. So I had to stand and hold her and watch Johnny Damon hit a grand slam like in the first inning of the thing, and it was like it was over by the second inning. They had like 2 grand slams and a 2-run homer, and ended up winning Game 7 by like 11-3 or something like that. Yeah.
Game 7, Mitch.
After all that domination, I grew up just watching watching us dominate.
Yeah.
I was so blessed. I was a late teen and like I was, mid late teen in the 90s. And we lived in New York. Me and my buddies used to go to Yankee games all the time, like old school. We just jump in the car last minute, show up at the stadium, and like it'd be like the second inning, and the scalpers were like literally just watching the value of their tickets disappear. And we'd bargain with them. And like we get like bleacher seats for like $5. And if they didn't want to, we like, all right, and we just do another lap around the stadium. By the time we came back around, it'd be the third inning, and they're like, all right, just give me whatever.
That's awesome. My brother's son, Harley, he had tickets to the Red Sox and the Patriots. He had reserved seats, like 2 seats from 2000 to like 2015.
Oh
and
my
he just
God.
grew up with
Talk about winning
Super Bowl and all this stuff. I'm like, do you know the number of years I suffered before the Red Sox? It's like, it's just freaking effort.
That right there is the reason I don't watch sports. I have no control.
I don't do it now.
I have no control over the emotions that will be created in me from that game.
Right. Yeah.
100%.
I will say I do watch 5 minutes of the Celtic in the playoffs now, but I won't.
If I'm at a bar and it's on the TV, I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
But I'm not watching the score. I'm watching the players.
So
how are they hustling? How are they moving?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I still watch my Jets, but I don't get crazy about it like I did in my 20s. Like I have no control.
How could you watch your Jets?
Like,
oh my God.
Hey, listen, it's my Yankees and Jets.
God bless you
it
guys.
balances.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
But I don't like, I have friends that still like so sports crazy, and I see them losing their mind over a Jets game. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, relax.
Yeah,
it's a football game that you have no control
I used to
over.
be like that. I used to be like that.
I was like that.
Was scary to go into the TV room when I was
I was the guy at the
freaking
bar
out,
screaming at the TV.
Now I don't watch. I mean, I might watch like playoffs and Super Bowl, but it's not like it used to be. Now it's like massive income from passive income and real estate, and learn about like crypto and the books we read. I love this stuff. Stuff. Yeah.
We were in Utah last week. We were hiking, and I woke up. I don't like hiking, like ever, but I woke up today and yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. I want an aggressive walk where like it's hard to walk. And I've never woken up with that. But after 5 days of a lot of walking, your body starts picking things up. Well, it was the same when I was growing up with the sports thing. I saw everybody around me getting frustrated because I have a family that was San Francisco 49ers. There was the Miami Dolphins. There was the Patriots and the Cowboys. Those were the 4 teams that my family all believed in. And they'd always argue over who was going to do better, who was better, these stats. I'd listen to the arguments and I was like, I want nothing to do with any of that. Like the stress there. As a young kid, I was like, dude, I don't want anything to do with any of these conversations with my family, because they were always like heated and debated. And like, I was not a heated, debated kind of guy growing up. I saw that and I was like, I'll talk to you guys about something else. Food is something you never argue about. Let's discuss the food here.
Yeah.
And as I've
continued unless you're hanging out with me, and then you argue about the food.
Right. Well, who's going to pay? Who's going to pay? It's a decision, Mitch, to believe in yourself, because when you're watching these sports and these teams, like you're believing in them, and it's their job to win. It's their job to be successful. In your life, it is 100% your job to believe in you so that you can be successful. Now, you and I have both had very interesting relationship encounters that most men wish they'd had. Well, that's how we'll phrase that, because you know what that is. Imagine how many guys in the world, if you told them, oh yeah, I did that with 2 girls, they would be like, what? That's insanity. You believed in yourself at that time. You obviously were like, it's possible. Transmute that over to money. Just look at the money as like just coming to you, wants to work with you, wants to hang with you, like because you're the coolest guy with the rock band thing.
Oh my God,
that's
that's in Jen's book too. The whole thing about your relationship with money. She goes over that again, and just how you treat it, and just have that whole thing. Yes, totally.
Relationship, like you're so great with women. Think about it. Like women come to you and they want to marry you like that day they meet you, and you're like, oh no, sorry.
I don't know about all that.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not committing. It's like, dude, like
way too much credit right now.
No way. No, it's true. Your stories, I'm always like blown away.
Yeah, like, I see your text and I'm like, what?
I used to go to clubs all the time and nobody talked to me. I'm like, Mitch just kind of strolls in and there's like 5 girls, and they're like, oh, the first set of girls did this, and the second set of girls did this, and I'm like,
there was this third set of girls, this fourth set of girls, and
you guys are exaggerating.
An hour with this girl this week.
Exaggerating.
I got another girl I'm meeting with next week. It's like, dude, not even next week. It's tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, right.
So exaggerating.
So to all the girls who are like dating Mitch right now,
what?
I apologize. He's not always going to be like this. It's just right now.
Make money your biatch.
Make money.
Money
One of
is my
your ladies and be
bitch.
willing to commit to her, man. Just be
Yeah,
willing to be like, I love it when you come home.
That's
because you're
exactly
always home.
right.
You're always right where I expect you to be.
He's like he has like the total laissez-faire attitude about women. He's like, I don't really, I love my life and I'm happy the way I am. And so they're all pouring in. You should just have that attitude with money. Just like, whatever.
All pouring in.
Yeah,
It's
no,
true.
just pour in.
When you don't give a damn.
And this goes back to what we're talking about with partnerships. Like the way you look at partnerships is poisoned. And I want to just pull that out because Darina has the same challenge, right? When I say, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, she gets a little anxious.
Yeah.
Because she thinks she's going to be involved. And I told her, your one job as the woman I trust with my ideas and my ambitions is to smile, say, yes, I believe you can do it. And then ask me, who is going to do this? If you want to protect yourself, then just ask the question, who will do it? I got the answer, right?
Awesome.
I got almost 4,000 people in my phone. Like, somebody will do it. I can go on Facebook and be like, I'm looking for this, for somebody to do this. Who wants to jump on a call? Like, there's not a task I can't outsource, not a person I can't, replace a task to.
So true.
I agree with that.
Who not
how?
Well, so no, I agree who can do it, but so there's different aspect to that for me because it's not just who, it's anytime you talk about someone else doing it, my anxiety is basically, how is that person going to screw me over?
They won't. They can't. You're Mitch Jaworski. You're to blast their name on the internet and everybody will know about it. Like, dude, you're a huge influencer.
You should also just lose that story.
I would lose that
Mike,
story.
exactly.
Not
That's
empowering at all.
That's the story that
I trust people and they always come through for me.
Yeah,
exactly. I only work with good people who do things morally, ethically, legally. I only hang with those people. I only train
100% agree.
Like,
I'm just giving you the groundwork in terms of, former self. And
we love you the way you are, Mitch. That former self was a little bitch and wrong, but you are fantastic.
Yes.
That past belief, totally fine. It's not yours now. You don't have to bring it up. You don't have to justify yourself.
And that's
to anybody
in
going
science.
forward.
By the way, Science of Getting Rich. He says that all the time. Stop talking about the past, right?
Yeah, New York, dude. Like, as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that is from New York is your fucking accent. Like, but you're not from New York. You're from, in my mind, from
you're one of the
Del Rey, Boca,
you're
West
one of the
Palm
three
Beach, wherever
musketeers.
you're at over there.
Right. You're one of the three musketeers, and you crush it every day. And you wake up and you
earned
crush
massive passive income. You organize and collect.
By the way, Musketeers Capital Group.
I love it.
That's the name of the potential crypto fund.
Your little bitch is not allowed.
Yeah. Like,
from the past. Kick
that worrisome, untrustworthy guy.
Yeah.
Everybody who's listening to this right now, 100 Millionaire Summit. I want you to come up to Mitch, give him a big hug, and tell him you believe in him, and ask him what he's working on right now to make more people rich. So 100 Millionaire Summit's coming up October 21st to 23rd. The order of that is hug him, tell him you believe in him, and ask him what he's doing to make more people rich. Because it's Mitch. Ask him how he's getting paid. Like, ask him and you will learn something from, because by then he's going to have this nailed down.
On fleek.
So
I'm good at getting people rich.
I will bring the world to you to force you to grow. It's just, couldn't help myself. Like, I can't. Like, last night on the call.
Yes. Put me in the hot seat.
Dude, like, whatever it takes to grow you, me and Mike are committed to it, right? You're one of our best friends. Like, you're literally somebody we spend every day. I don't think a day goes by without texting you. And if it does, I'm like, I'm concerned that I was not a good friend, because of how much I gained from you. Just your mindset, even the challenges. And this is for everybody watching, even the challenges that your friends are having, like, you're going to learn from them.
Opportunity to practice. That's
like, I see some stuff in you that I'm like, oh my God, like, have I adjusted that in myself? Like, it's Mitch.
Well, yeah, you're seeing it. It has to be a mirror of what you're going through if you see it in your friends. It's right there.
Yeah. So like, all the stuff we talk about here on the 100 Millionaires podcast is challenges that we're facing and working through. Even though we're making a lot of money, like, there's more money to make. Even though we're happy and abundant in our relationships, there's more happiness to be found. And even though we're in great health, there's more health to be found.
Right? We are crushing it.
The only thing I'm slaying is this haircut, guys. Man, I dialed this in.
I just got mine cut today.
You got to keep it smooth.
Look, it's sharp.
High and tight for Memorial Day weekend. Sweet.
Yeah, the point is not to work. It's to generate income. I wore that shirt all weekend. There was one person, one of our friends, Johnson, he's wearing a shirt that says Grind 365. Mike, you would have told him to rip that shirt off.
God.
You could not have spent that time with somebody.
I would have walked up to him and I would have said, the point is not to work. It's to generate income. What are you doing?
So he's wearing this shirt, Grind 365. It's a hoodie, black hoodie, Grind 365.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a shirt, it's a blue hoodie that says, the point is not to work, it's to generate income. And he looks at me like, I see his shirt. I'm like, oh, cool. I know a lot of people who would like that shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
On the grind.
He looks at me and he's like, I want to get one of those.
Yeah. Right.
I get it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Me,
that was on the bottom, talking about those days back in Fall River. That was on the bottom of one of your banners. You had banners in your little teeny office. And when I saw that, point is not to work, it's to generate income. I said to Brenda, because I think Brenda was with me there. I was like, oh my God, he just said exactly how I feel. I don't want to work. I want to generate income. I don't want to go out. My neighborhood is filled with people always mowing their lawn, or they're going to Home Depot and they're doing that stuff. And I have no desire. I want to get on my mountain bike and go ride my bike while my dollars are working for me, like the richest man in Babylon says.
And you say it all the time. Home Depot is the biggest scam out there. And I don't mean like scam, like, yes, I do like buying things all in one place. I like sending my guys to one place. Like, that's great. But it's the bullshit commercials of, we're working this weekend. Friday. You're the weekend warrior. It's a strong end. Let's go. Let's build something together.
They pump it, especially like this weekend. I don't listen to the radio, but when I
Memorial Day weekend's coming up, you got to get
they crush it. Going. What's your project? What are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing?
That deck.
Yeah, and they're just trying to get you to buy shit. It's like, that's not
what they're doing. Is they're getting you to work instead of just being like, have you paid your contractors this week? I hope you scheduled your contractor early, because everybody wants to finish their project now. And if you're a contractor, cool, you're getting paid to do that. Good. If you're a homeowner, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Unless it's like your total jam, like Brenda loves to do gardening, then fine. But I have a ride-on mower. I hate it. It's loud. I don't like doing it. Now I have a guy, he comes on a Friday, he cuts the lawn, he's done in an hour, and it looks beautiful. And I pay, which means I'm circulating money.
You're smart.
Yes, and you make a good point.
You're creating a job, which means more money has to come. You've created a vacuum on the back end, more money's got to fill it. The reason our business grows is because we take out debt and we now owe people money. And so when we owe people money, it creates a vacuum on the back side of it, draws money in for us to go and start paying back that debt.
I love that.
Like, even with a digital marketing company, we borrow money from our bank account. So when we borrow money from the bank account, we have to backfill it back in. Like, we just take the money and we've built these reserves, but the more we borrow, the more reserves seem to come back into it.
Do you know how a sailboat works? Like, I always thought that the wind pushes into a sail. That makes sense. You're sitting there, you feel the breeze behind you.
Yeah.
But actually what makes it move is the vacuum behind it. So it's blowing and it's sucking you forward. When I learned that, I was like, really? That's how a sailboat works? Look it up. That's how it works. So it's just like you said, Walter, create that vacuum and you move forward.
It's about creating the vacuum. Like, that is what belief is. Belief has to be here, not where you are. You have to be believing. Gratitude has to be where you are. The belief has to be where you're going. And belief will pull you forward to where you want to be. But gratitude's what fuels you. It's the wind. It's what fuels you forward. Belief's just the sail.
If people
you have to have passion for whatever that belief is. So that's why, like Mike was talking earlier about, if that's your jam, do it. It makes sense. I mean, there's people that like doing gardening is like therapy for them. You know what I mean? Like I play, I love it. When I play basketball, there's nothing else in my mind except for just playing ball. My mind is clear. There's no stress. There's no anxiety. There's no nothing. Like, I'm just playing ball.
Yeah. I love that. I was just going to say, Walter was talking about gratitude. What I've learned in the last couple of years, if people spent more time every day focusing on gratitude and faith and the connection between gratitude and faith, being grateful for things you don't have yet, anybody who spends any time doing that, like every day, their life would improve like that. I can't tell you how much time I spend on just being grateful and thanking God, and just improves your life, your mindset.
We're going to go to a crazy spot here, Mitch. This is for you. And Mike, you're going to love this. Or it'll make everybody on listening to us right now super uncomfortable. Napoleon Hill has a dark chapter in his book, Think and Grow Rich. It's a chapter that everybody has read the chapter and they're just like, oh man, that was uncomfortable. That was a little awkward. That's but
chapter 11.
Why?
Chapter 11
in there. What is it?
Chapter 11.
Chapter 11.
Sexual
transportation.
What is it again?
Sexual transmutation.
Yeah, transmutation.
He says it in the book that every rich person has read, but nobody talks about it. Yeah. Sexual energy is how people are successful. It's highly sexed, and he says it in the book, men, because it was a very men's focused book, but I've seen women who are highly sexed and highly successful. Here's the component that I just hit me is that gratitude, love, and sex are the same emotion. They're just 3 different entry points to that same space. And if you can get your
did you just say entry point?
Yeah, there we go. You can't talk about this one without having some awkward jokes. This is the understanding that I've seen, is that they're all energy. Like, you know, that feeling of sexual transmutation when you're just like, wow, shit's about to go down. And I'm pretty grateful about it. And I love you. That level of intensity, however you decide to get to that journey. We talk about gratitude because it's the soft shit. It's the easy thing to say in front of people. Love is a little scarier. And then obviously sex is like, I don't want to talk about that on camera or in front of anybody. But if you can get to that level of gratitude where it's like sex, you're unstoppable. That level of energy, dude, like, you know how a guy is. Like, you're like, I'm sorry, I lost myself, girl. I lost myself for a moment there. Like, there's just this level of intensity that you can get to. Imagine if you looked at that with your business. Imagine like that level of gratitude with your belief that you're going somewhere. Gratitude is just energy. Love is energy. That sex is energy. It pushes belief, which is the sail forward. And now the rudder is your vision, right? Like you're keeping an eye on things, like where you want to go. That's your vision, and your faith is how you steer. And there you go.
You know,
faith is rudder.
When the other nice thing is that when you're in a state of gratitude, you can't be in any other state. Like, you can't be unhappy. You can't be nervous. If you're grateful for what's going on, just spend time saying, like, listing, like, in the morning, 10 things you're grateful for, and 10 things at night before you go to bed, and just do it all day long. I think Jen Sincero says, be a gratitude machine. I swear to God, when you start doing that, just the whole world just gets better.
Quote Tony Robbins, you can't be grateful and angry at the same time.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I knew I heard it somewhere. Nice job. Yeah.
Serena has come to me, and oftentimes she gives me this great hug and says, "You're so patient. Thank you so much. Like, do you still love me?" Like, you know, she's a woman. She's a human being, right? People are going to blow up for no reason. And, well, they're not no reason, but to them or to the outsider, it may seem like no reason. But, like, in those moments, I just saw, like, as soon as I start seeing somebody get emotional and irrational, I fall deeper in love, because I know that's the only solution. But they're also being vulnerable with me. They're showing me their weakness right there in that moment. I'm seeing something that's making them weak, and they're losing control. Like, I can't feel anything but love for them. Like, I'm now more deeply involved with them. And so I become more patient. I become more calm. I become more loving, because they're hurting. Nobody wants to yell at somebody. Nobody wants to, like, get intense like that. The problem is that people take it personally and they level up their anger.
Right.
And I'm not perfect. This is just something I find myself better and better at every day. And so she asked, like, how do you do, like, she's like, "Do you still love me?" And I'm like, "Dude, I love you more." They're like, "You love when I'm mad?" No. No, no,
that's not what I'm saying.
What happens is that in that moment that you're frustrated, I've set a trigger that says release more love. That's why the situation comes back to a level state. So, Mitch, when there's a frustration around money, just give yourself some love. Just be like, hey, you know what? I do deserve it. It's quite all right. And this little anxiety I'm having right now, I'm not mad about myself for this. Cool. You just showed me something. You just revealed something that needs a little bit of work. And now I'm going to give that some love.
Hey, by the way, to make it a little bit, Eric was just writing the chat on Facebook. He said it's all coming from passion. And
passion. So there we go. Passion.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that. It doesn't have to get into the graphic details of what
you mean. We're not going to be
what Walter's doing on a Saturday night. It's just
thank you, Eric. Let's give Eric a round of applause.
So thank you, Eric. That was
all right.
awesome.
So from now on, passion. And when I say passion, I want you to visualize real passion.
You know what I'm passionate
like
about?
Del Rey on a Saturday night.
You know what I mean? The problem with passion and gratitude is people can, like, diffuse them and make them weak words. And, like, you really have to, like, to understand how to make this work, you have to understand the intensity of it.
Suggestion, actually read chapter 11 of Think and Grow Rich.
Read chapter 11.
Sexual transmutation. It's a real eye opener. It's, first it is a little uncomfortable, but if you've read that book, like most people have done, like, several times, it's just, it really hits home.
It's been way too long since I read that book.
Oh my God. I read it it again. I read it again because I read Ramey's book, Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? And it motivated me to read it again. And I swear to God, I got so many things out of it this time that I don't remember getting out of it.
You know, it's a really cool book to read if you want to learn about crypto.
Yes.
Oh, we got a crypto call coming up.
Yeah, right. June 1st.
All right. Now we got to juice this, Mitch. I'm going to ask you to make a big commitment. I want you to commit to adding value to 100 crypto investors' lives this year. So that means 100 people must pay you more than $5,000 this year as a way to move them forward, whether it's through your fund or it's, like fees or education, whatever you build. 100 people.
Easy.
Yes. 100 people give you $5,000. That's $500,000.
If they want to get in the fund, they'll be giving me a lot more than that.
Well, your fees are $5,000.
Yes,
my point.
That'll generate. Yes.
So make that commitment, because if you don't, that's 100 people who are missing out on an opportunity to make a bigger return.
You have the link for the workshop. I want to put it on Facebook.
Oh yeah, what's the link?
Or just put it on Facebook.
Actually, if somebody wants the link, just shoot Mitch a text, a message on Facebook, and he'll send the link. That way we're not dropping the links in the chat. And
shit, I already dropped a bunch of links for the books we did. Sorry.
I think that's all right. Okay, when it's other people, when it's the person that didn't create the post dropping links usually
on YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube, we can drop links, but on Facebook doesn't like links.
None at all. Even if it's
not even on
commenters.
Books?
Not even on books. Facebook's very, very selfish.
But I'm saying
they only want you on their page.
I get it.
I thought when other people, like not the creator of the post, like commenters put links in, that's still also a negative.
Yep. Always, especially. Right.
Well,
because
the
Facebook
beauty
doesn't
is
like the idea of you going off Facebook.
Right. Anyone looks at my Facebook page, you'll see my current profile picture says Crypto Workshop June 1st, 7 p.m.
Nice. Crypto Workshop.
scaredycatguide.com/, or is it /? Which way does the slash go?
Slash.
It's forward slash workshop.
And if you don't got the money to pay for, how much is this workshop? Is it $97?
Come on, $97 so everyone can join.
If you don't have $97 to pay to learn how to not lose $97 in crypto, you shouldn't be investing in crypto anyway. This is really, crypto is for people who have money to lose, not their last dollar. It's a volatile.
I'm going to reframe that.
Go ahead.
Have money to invest, because investments come with investment risk.
There you go.
I'm not trying to lose money here. For those that have money to invest and want to diversify into some cryptocurrency, which should be a part of everyone's portfolio, in my opinion, not financial advice, it can be your speculative portion, just like they say with the stock market when you throw some money in like a biopharma stock or something like that.
Yeah. You know what, Mitch? My biggest concern with people in crypto right now is people aren't making enough money. That's really the biggest problem, is they're not making enough money to dollar cost average in right now when this makes sense to be doing. It makes sense to buy more crypto every single week, every single day, right?
This is the dollar cost averaging buying season. It kicked off about a week ago, and I'm going to dollar cost average all the way down. If it continues to go down, which it may not, but I'm hoping it does. People are like, wait, you want it to go down? I'm like, yeah, I want to buy cheaper.
Let's go.
Makes sense.
Take me to the bottom. So for anybody who's not making money, you need to go make money. And I don't want to say the word need, but you got to start making some money. And if you haven't, click the link in the bio. We've got some sort of free course on alchemistnation.com that will help you make some money. But get to the course anyway, because here's the other reason people don't make money, Mitch, and this is going to be interesting too. They don't know what they would spend it on, right? So like if you know you want to go put the money into crypto, you'll go earn the money. But if you don't have anything to spend it on, you're not going to go earn it. And I've seen far too many people, because this is one of my challenges. Like I'm like, well, what would I spend the money on? Because Doreena's like, oh, we don't take any money home. I was like, I don't like paying taxes. You know,
right?
Like, yeah, but I'd like to have this, and I'm like, well, I never even considered that. You know, that's not been the thing that I've considered. I like to play the game, and the game doesn't require me to take money home and pay taxes. So I just keep playing the game. So like sometimes I have to be reminded by my spouse to bring money home, right? Because otherwise, like, we good. You know, the bills are paid.
I have that with Brenda with Tesla. She's like, yeah, we have all this Tesla, but we never see the money. It just sits in there. It's like, well, I don't know. How could you not? It's going to be the most valuable company in the world at some point. I don't want to. It keeps growing. I don't want to take it out to go buy a bicycle. I don't know.
One heck of a bicycle.
What would I buy that's going to make me as happy as seeing Tesla at 3,000? Right? Like what could I buy that's going to create that kind of like I was in before you?
Maybe maybe a really awesome mountain bike for me. That would be.
And you could borrow against it, right? If you need something, it's like, okay, like I'll borrow, 50 grand against my, multi-million-dollar portfolio for a little while and let whatever I bought pay it back. Like,
Right.
cool, or significant more amounts. If as long as it's paying it back, like who cares, right? It's when you're buying these vacations that don't turn into anything. Like my vacations, I just went on vacation. Like I came back with $1 million ideas, multi-million dollar ideas. If you're going on vacation, you're not coming back feeling better about your business, like you're about to make more money with new connections, new strategies, new ideas. Like you messed up vacation, right? Like,
and I also think of that other thing they always say. I love this expression, big hat, no cattle.
big hand, no
There's a
cattle,
lot of
world,
people
baby.
out there that have, they have all these fancy cars, but they're living paycheck to paycheck, and they can't really afford the car that they're
Dude, my tenants
buying.
got better cars than me, man. I
Yeah,
got tenants driving
exactly.
Audis. I got tenants
Or like
driving,
the Nike shoes and
yeah,
the
like they drive
watches and all that
Mercedes. Like
stuff.
I'm driving a little Toyota Corolla, and I'm just like, you're paying me. Like I don't give a shit what you
I only
drive.
bought a
Like,
Tesla because
If you
the
stop
community-
paying, you're not gonna live there.
I only bought the Tesla because the Alchemist community pressured me into it. Kept saying,
Well,
you got enough money,
Mike,
go buy a Tesla.
Mike, you know the way I am. You gotta invest. You gotta buy what you invest in, right? If you don't
That's true.
own it, do you believe in it? Like the
Yeah.
more you drive that Tesla, the more you're like,
Oh,
I'm buying
God.
more Tesla.
Yeah.
The more, I live in a multifamily now. I want to buy more multifamilies. Like I want to
Right?
buy better multifamilies, better locations. Like I buy the product, I own the product, I sell the product. Like I love multifamily. So same with the digital side. Oh, Alchemist Leads releasing today. So
Oh,
don't
cool.
buy it right now. But
Congratulations.
alchemistleads.com, we got the greatest CRM funnel builder ever built ever. And
Nice.
it's because we use partners. And Alchemist Title will be available on there coming soon. Alchemist Financials already on there. Jen's Pen, the ghostwriting services, will be available through the hub. It's just branding, marketing. Like we're creating so many opportunities to build millionaires through one space that just draws people into your business. In fact, Neil McSpadden, Mitch.
Wait, what?
Neil McSpadden is my first client on Alchemist Leads. We're building out a marketing strategy.
So what's the affiliate fee for this? Where do I get the link?
Nice.
When I get money, Mitch, you'll know.
Speaking of, actually, that is a great question because everyone can help build 100 millionaires, whether they have a dollar or they're a millionaire themselves, and they can do that through Alchemist affiliate links, which I'll talk to you offline about because I was trying to update mine and I seem to not be able to find them anymore. I know you guys are making a transition.
Go to goldterminal.com/partners. All the affiliate links are in there for now.
Did not work for me last night.
All right, I'll check the website. But yeah,
it took me somewhere else.
That's our big money maker. Like how I'm going to build millionaires is through digital platforms. It's through other people selling our services.
I literally was going to drop a link for the mentorship. Someone like put in one of the real estate groups, like I'm looking for a mentorship. What do you guys suggest? And I was going to drop a link for the Alchemist mentorship. And then I have them saved, but I had the wrong one, like for the mentorship. I'm like, oh, let me go grab my right one. And when I went to do it, I couldn't get on to the site I normally get on.
Yeah, no worries. We're fixing all of it. We're going through and we're revamping the whole affiliate page so that people can get paid for any deals that come through. The idea is we want this to be a passive income machine. So there's a lot of broke influencers. That's my new target audience, right? Broke influencers who have a big audience but don't make money.
Yeah.
I want to go serve those guys because they've got the attention. They've done something right. And I'll just put them into something that pays money and teaches more people. Like that's my new audience.
And same thing for people that are
like
trying to get started and they're broke and they're living paycheck to paycheck. And they're like, well, I don't know how I can get started investing or how I can make money off even getting leads or whatever it is. Well, here you go.
If they're a hard worker,
affiliate.
What about writing on Leo Finance too? Whatever happened to that?
That works in Philippines, Uganda, Ghana.
Oh my God.
If you only need $2,000 a year, you can do that.
That's what's funny though. It's so true.
Ukraine.
Like literally like Hive and Leo Finance and there's more of them. There's more out there than people realize. But these Web3 platforms, like for people that live in places like Venezuela, Philippines, it became life-changing. Think about that. I post on that every day. It makes me like coffee money, right? But if I lived in Venezuela,
I love dropping coin on people out there.
That's
but I'm
awesome.
saying like I vote a lot. There's a lot of people I follow that are not in the US. And I know that my upvote is literally life-changing for them, which is mind-blowing to me.
That's crazy. I never thought about that. That's so cool.
Mike,
it makes me feel good every time I live.
Yeah.
Because I know where their location is. Sometimes I'll see like they got no followers, they got like nothing in their wallet. I'm like, oh, this person either lives off of their wallet or they're new. Either way, I'm gonna make it rain on them. Like either way, I'm just like, here you go.
So
Mike, when I first was on when it was like the old blockchain Steam, I was like, I should just move to Costa Rica and I can live like a king by writing one post a day. I can literally work 15 minutes a day.
You should still think about that. It sounds like
Honduras.
a brilliant
Well,
a
I'll just go
brilliant
to
plan.
Roatan instead.
Roatan.
Although Roatan's not all that cheap.
No,
What do you mean?
there's
Oh, because
three levels.
it's a tourist island.
Yeah,
Roatan's not, yeah. I mean, Costa
cruise
Rica is like
ships
pretty,
come
pretty
in.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Roatan
still, like,
prices
Roatan, they're
aren't
not,
like dirt
like, the-
cheap. Like Roatan had somewhat normal-ish prices.
Yeah, well, Ben
Oh,
Simon says there are three prices when you're down there. You have the natives get a price, the locals, the expats who live there get a
Expats,
price, and then the
and then the
tourists.
tourists.
get the highest
The
price.
tourists are all the way up.
Yeah.
Pay the tax. Pay the
Yeah.
tax.
Interesting.
And I'm more than happy. Brenda was kind of kicking herself that, you walk in the West End and there's kids selling these little bracelets and she didn't buy any. And she said, I really should be buying these like string bracelets from these kids. Just kind of like you with the Leo Finance, making it rain for some kids.
Build a
So,
collection, put them on the wall, be like, look at how many lives I've changed today.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So when we're down there, we'll have to spend a little money on it.
And give them away to somebody, right? You walk around with something and you give it away. Hey,
Yeah.
saw this.
I've been watching these YouTube videos where these guys go out and they'll give like college students like money or iPhones or whatever. And I just was watching because it makes me feel good to watch them. Like he gave $100 to 100 people. He just was like, one around here, one for you, just walking around, give it $100 and just life changing. Like the $100 for certain people, like people getting emotional, started crying and stuff like that. Or he paid rent. He was knocking on people's doors and paying their rent. And one guy was like, oh my God, I couldn't afford it, and just tears. And it's just pretty amazing that when you're giving, you just love it. That is there's two sites. That was Epic is one of them on YouTube.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
That was Epic.
Good
And
name.
the other one is Big Dawes TV, BIGDAWS TV. He's Dawson, but just super, super nice. And the people, you don't realize, we sit here, we talk about, being successful and stuff, but something as little as that, you're making a big difference in people's lives. It's just makes me realize we're on the right track, Walter.
Make it rain, man. Make it rain on them, Mike.
Shout out to the Facebook listeners. We got like 7 people have been listening to this random babble go on for the last 40 minutes.
It's us fixing your belief systems, Mitch. Let's go get rich. Come on now.
Yeah.
So
yes, we are fixing
this is surgery,
belief
man.
systems.
We're working on it right now.
1 million
this is like
at
a mental
time.
and emotional surgery. And we're not doctors.
Well, so that's what's, you know what though, and that's what's great. And
Me and Mike are not certified coaches. We're just fucking rich. Like, that's all.
Walter, you say it all the time. Every level has another devil, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
like,
told him
there's
to
plenty of
stop
people-
saying that. Every
People
level
love
has
it.
another opportunity.
There you go. Every level has another opportunity. But
doesn't
That's
rhyme.
the truth. Yeah.
Doesn't
But
rhyme.
I mean, he's not wrong, because I mean, there's
Every
people
level
at
has
a,
another
whatever
opportunity. That is
on a
true.
lower level,
Sorry.
than me, maybe, wealth wise, and they have their struggles, and then it's like, above that, and I'm having my struggles. It's like, so
we got to get you one of those sweatshirts, the hoodies that say grinding 24/7, 360.
screw that.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna
here's
get
the
my
crazy part,
sweatshirt,
Mike.
ambitiously lazy.
I love it.
Like I've always thought of myself as the person who like finds the demon in the person and like exercises it, I'm like a demon
Release the
hunter,
demon.
I'm like, rah! But so
Shallow
for me,
Hal.
like every
Release
level
the
having
demon.
another devil to me means job security. It means I'll be around for a little while, like pulling out people's negative beliefs, and like that gets me excited.
Oh, that's
You know?
funny.
Maybe that's why we hang with Mitch. I'm like, dude, he's always got something. There's always something.
Remember Shallow Hal? He says about Tony Robbins. He's like, man, he's got such a big head. After he does that. What was my
Big
other
head,
one?
big teeth,
Cleanly.
big
Oh,
hands.
we want cleanly
Tony
rich.
Robbins.
We got to get that one.
Cleanly rich.
I want cleanly
Cleanly
rich.
rich.
We should
Coming
do
soon.
the.
I do like that, actually. I would
like
rock
the
that.
front that says the point is not to work, it's to generate income, and then on the back just cleanly
rich.
Yeah, that would be
Alchemist
cool.
Nation
Yeah.
maybe on the sleeve or something.
Yeah, represent.
that.
I would wear that
Represent.
sweatshirt. I would wear
I'll
that.
talk
I'm
to
down with
Marina.
just
I'll see
a,
if
I'm
she
down
can
with
get
just
that
also a
design.
cleanly rich on the
Cleanly
front.
Rich,
and
you
that's
could
it.
do that one too. Hey, we'll
Yeah.
be there in October, Mitch, and it'll be one of the banners by the side
Right.
of the stage.
I know. It'll be right in between organized collect and massive income from passive income.
Ellie, if you're listening to this right now, if you can make that happen, send Dorina a text or somebody. Let's get that shirt designed, because cleanly rich sounds like the way to go.
It does sound badass. And, speaking of banners in October, 100 Millionaire Summit coming up in October. I will say we talked about Hell Yeses pregame call, maybe on the live call, but that is one of the few things for me that is a 100% hell yes. I am so looking forward to not only being a part of it, but also speaking and literally like the handful of things that I'm amped about. Like Walter